Good morning, it's Jeff with Camp Base. I've got a 1969 GTX update on the progress of the car. At this point, I've taken all the front end suspension components off the car, and I've inspected the K-member. I don't see any problems with the K-member. All the pieces, there's no rust. The holes aren't elongated or anything. I don't see anything that's going to be an issue with the K-member. Of course, it could be reinforced in places. That's something I'm going to think about. We'll see how that works out. On the part where the wheel housing here, I've taken off the upper and lower control arms, inspected them, inspected everything else. It looks pretty good. There's a lot of dirt in here, so I'll probably just clean that up. I don't see any issues. The components I took off are mostly sitting right here. I wasn't able to get the spindle off of the upper control arm. You can see that right here. The boot doesn't look too bad. None of that's going to be saved. The only thing I'm going to save is actually the spindle. Spindles, I don't see any issues with the spindles whatsoever. The bushings on the control arms, they look pretty worn out. I don't know if they were working or not. This car is I've never been able to drive this car, so I don't know what kind of shape that stuff's in. It doesn't look all that great. But there's the brake. Here's the lower control arm. This one, yeah, I'd probably beat on it some, but I'd say it's worn out. There's the lower control arm there. I wasn't able to get the bushing or the bearing, whatever you call it. I wasn't able to get it out of there. So I'm gonna use a pickle fork on it again and try again. So I guess that's something I need to get done. I'm not going to reuse these arms. I don't see any particular wear on them. Besides, you know, the ball joint. There's no real wear on these things. I don't see any big issue with them. Of course, right in here, the rubber's all gone. Same with up in this one. The rubber is all gone. And then there's your one of your you know, I'm always short for words. I'm not used to calling out car parts and thinking about them on the fly. But here's your controlling arms with what looks like a little bit of wear. This one here, it's got a lot of wear. It's just all cracked with the boot's all gone. Some of those I could not get apart, so if they're on there, I couldn't get them apart, so I still have to work on that. Okay, so that's the update for you. That all those parts are off, and the only ones that I'm going to reuse are this one and the spindles. Oh yeah, and these things here. All right, there's an update for you on the GTX. Camp Base out.